otherwise known as Blue Moonstone, and today we are back with another building inspiration video. I'm not really sure what to call these videos. They're kind of like just little building tips. They're not really a tutorial, I'm just showing you things. Today I am here to show you guys some cool fence designs as well as some cool pathway designs. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if I inspired you today. But anyway, let's get right into it. First we're gonna start off with this design. So I'm really into these shelves right now. Not all of these fences or wall designs are gonna be functional, like to keep animals in or to keep animals out. Use your own knowledge based on what you want to use the fencing for. But yeah, so this is the first fencing design. I was also thinking it could be kind of used as like a wall. Like if you wanted to put a wall around your area, I think it looks really cool. And these blocks right here are just these shelves. And then of course we have some stairs, some bricks, and some slabs up here. And then on this side, it's pretty bare, but you could basically just copy the design on the back to have a nice thick wall to where it would match up with this one. And over here we have just some basic wooden pillars going up. We have some trapdoors on the top and then these shelves in here. I don't think a cow could fit through a 1-block hole or like sheep, but I definitely think pigs and chickens could get through this, so you could use this for like the bigger animals. So this is this one. It's pretty simple, but I think it looks really cool. And on the back I just put the shelves against the other shelves, so we have 2 shelves here like that. See? And then you just place it like that. Now here we have a taller design. This one will not keep in cows or any animals. It could be really cool as a wall around your area. So this one we just have 3 blocks high, and then we got slabs on the top, and then we have some gates on the bottom of the slabs, and then the double-sided shelves here on the bottom. And I think it looks really cool. I kind of like this side better because I like the dimension of this coming off of the wall. This one is kind of the same thing, except we have a little bit of a longer version here, and I did the pale oak, so you could kind of see like the white picket fence vibes. I think are really cute, and I really like this one. And yeah, this one is basically just that one copied and pasted just a little bit differently. So we got the logs going up, the slabs, the shelving, of course, and then of course we have the gates on there as well. Now over here I just did a basic hedge. I think in some builds a basic hedge could look really good. All it is basically is just 2 different leaves stacked together. And you can do whatever pattern you want. I think it looks really cool, especially if you're doing like a modern build and you have a pool. You could put this around your pool area, and I think that looks really nice. We have another hedge variant over here. This one we have a fence on the bottom and just leaves on the top, and this is really cool, and this will keep your animals in, so you can do this for animals. And I think this one over here is just the reverse version of that one. This one I do use to keep my animals in, and if you want to spice it up a little bit more, you could add a trapdoor on top of these fences and it would look really nice. Now over here we have this fence. I like this one. This one will keep in animals, of course, because it is 3 tall, and it will also keep out mobs. So this would be a nice wall to put around your area. You can put torches on it to keep this nice and lit. For this one, all we have is these logs that go up, some fences, and then some stone walls. You can use whatever kind of stone you want. I just went ahead and used a cobblestone and mossy cobblestone combination, and I think they look really good. Now over here, this is what I was talking about, like that one. If you just put trapdoors on there, it just kind of elevates it a little bit and makes it look a little bit more put together. Moving on, we have this one. This one will not hold animals because as you can see, you can just jump over it. But I think this one is really cool if you just want something for aesthetic. This is just some stone walls with some climbing leaves over it to make it look overgrown. I really like this idea for like an overgrown vibe. You could also break some of these so it looks like it's kind of falling apart and deteriorating. I love overgrown vibes, and I think this one is just really nice. So yeah, if you're going for an overgrown kind of decrepit vibe, definitely go for a fence like this. This is a little bit more detailed fence design. This one will keep in animals. Yeah, this one will keep in animals because we have a fence here. But this one is basically just 2 blocks up, and then we have some stairs at the top, and then we have some fencing and some gates up here for kind of a fancier looking design, and then underneath that we just have some trapdoors. It's very fancy, but it's not too complicated. Moving back here, we have another fence design. This one will also hold animals. We just have 2 logs up here. We've got slabs over the top, and of course these little gates. I love to add a gate. And then we have a hedge in between. Here we have another overgrown fence. This one is, instead of a wall design, I am using just regular fence posts. This one, of course, won't hold animals because you can climb over it, but if you're doing like a rustic build or an overgrown build again, you can use the fences. Maybe you like wood more than you like stone. I don't know. Here we have another very basic fence design. This one will hold animals. It's basically just logs and walls, and that's it. And you can use whatever wall you want and whatever log you want. If you don't want to use logs, you could put stone there as well. It's pretty basic, but it looks better than just a fence. And here we have the same thing with an added hedge. It just looks a little bit more fancier than that, and I like this one a lot. Alright, now we have a wall design. So it's kind of like this one, but instead of the fence, we have a wall underneath of it, and this one is pretty cool too. This one could also be cool, like if you're doing a modern build and you want to do something like this around a pool, or if you want to keep in animals and you want it to look cool and kind of overgrown and fancier. This one could be really good for that. Here we have another pretty basic fence design. We just have some logs and some fences and some slabs. It's pretty easy, but it looks pretty good, and it will keep your animals in nice and safe. And here we have that same thing, just without the slabs. If you don't feel like putting slabs on top, it still looks pretty good, and it's still just nicer to look at than a basic fence. Now over here we have some of these beautiful shelf blocks again. Down here we have some spruce shelves. Then we have some, I think these are oak leaves on the top, so a nice little hedgeway. And then of course we have our spruce on the side, and a nice set of trapdoors going across the top. Next we have this one. This is a fancier shelf design. This one uses the shelves as the fence. So we have some hedges on each different corner. So we have hedges instead of logs holding this one together. And then we have trapdoors on the top. This trapdoor is up a little bit higher than these trapdoors, and I think it just looks really cool. It's very different, but I like it. I don't know. And this is our last fencing design. This one is a little bit more complex as well. We have some barrels leading up the sides instead of basic wood. And then we have 2 sets of shelves, one at the top and one at the bottom. This one won't hold your animals in. They can slip right through this crack, but it does look pretty cool. And then we have a nice set of trapdoors at the top again. This side, it looks pretty flat though. That's the only thing. But like I said before, if you don't care about that, this is pretty cool. Here are all of our fence designs. I'll go over them slowly one more time just in case you wanted to see them again. You can always screenshot them from my video so you can know how to build it yourself if you forget. This one is a bonus one. If you live in a forest, this one is, it's not really a fence, but it could kind of work as like a fence a little bit. I thought it would be kind of cool if you live in like a dark oak forest or you live in a forest to put leaves in between trees, and then you could fence in your area in there like that. I like the concept of this. That is all the fence designs that I have for you today. These could be used as walls, fences to keep animals in. Some of them could be used as foundations for your house. I hope I brought some inspiration to you, and let's get into these pathway designs. Okay, starting off, here we have a overgrown pathway. On this path, we have some moss, we have coarse dirt, We also have some of this rooted dirt as well as some leaves on the ground. This one is really cool if you live in a forest or you really just like the overgrown feel. Now if we come over here, we have this one. This one is coarse dirt with some different wood types, and this one is pretty basic, but I think it looks really nice. I don't know, I think it's really cute. It's kind of like another foresty type vibe is what I'm getting. I don't know, I like this one. I don't know what to say about them, but I think this one's pretty cool. Moving on, we have a fully wooden path design here. This one I like as well. I think it's pretty neat. I don't know if I'd ever use it in a build, but I definitely could see how you could. So for this one, I used these empty shelf blocks because they have this cool square pattern on it, and I thought that was really nice. And then this is just stripped oak wood, and I think it looks really cool, and I like the sound that it makes when you walk across it. And here we have another overgrown type pathway, but this one is using bricks instead. So we've got some moss here as well, some leaves, and some different bricks and some different stones. And I think this looks really nice. I don't know, I really like this. I use these type of pathways, these overgrown pathways, quite a lot in my builds, and I really like them. Here we have another pathway. This one is mostly just stone, so we have a bunch of different brick variants. We also have some mossy bricks in here. This one's pretty basic, but I really like it, and I think it works well. I don't know, I like this one. Moving on, we have a little bit of a darker path this time, if your aesthetic is a little bit darker than mine. Okay, so for this one, I used black concrete powder, basalt, and some deep slate. This one has a nice sound. I don't know if you care about the sounds, but I like the sound of this path when you walk over it with all the different textures. I think it's just really cool. And if your buildings are a little bit darker, or maybe they're a little bit lighter and you like the contrast, I think this pathway would be perfect for them. And next, we have another stone path design. This is a bit of a softer stone. We have less bricks and more of just a bunch of random variations. We've got some regular stone, we have some gray concrete powder, some andesite, some cracked bricks, some cobblestone thrown in there, and it just gives a nice light feel. This would also go good with pretty much anything just because of how light the color is, and I think it looks really good. I like this one a lot. This one is a little bit fancier. This one I have some water logged into these stairs and slabs, and you can walk over this perfectly fine. I think this is, oh, except for that spot. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is really cool. It's very different. Maybe you want to jump across it. I think it's nice. And I think if you can find a spot for this in your world, it just adds something. It adds texture. It just has a cool feel. All right, moving on. Now we have a very overgrown pathway. This one is strictly made out of leaves and moss if you're going for a green vibe. Maybe your favorite color is green, maybe you just like leaves. This one is really cool. It sounds really nice when you walk over it. It's very crunchy. This could be a pathway leading up to a magical garden. Here we have another stone, but this is a different type of textured stone. So we actually used some dead coral in this. So we have two different kinds of coral, some gravel, and some andesite. It's just a warmer toned stone pathway, and I think it looks really cool. And here we have a cooler toned stone pathway. We added some nice moss blocks in here. These are the light moss blocks. I can't think of what their name is right now, but I think it's pale moss. This is the pale moss. So we have pale moss, cobblestone, some andesite, and some of the gray concrete powder. And this just makes a cooler toned stone path. Like, as you can see, this one is a lot cooler and this one is a lot warmer. And moving on, we have a fully wooden pathway again. This one is oak wood logs paired with these rooted blocks. I think this looks really cool. Kind of reminds me of like a creaking floorboards a little bit. I don't know, I like this one. This one is really cool. It's definitely giving off forest vibes or like a log cabin type vibe. If you want a contrast, if you have a house that is made of like stone and light colored wood or light colored blocks, this one would pair really well. Moving on, these last two are a little bit funky and a little bit fun. So here we have this purple enchanted pathway design. I really went into the enchanted vibes here, but you know what? Sometimes we need a little bit of color. For this one, we have some skulk, we have some crying obsidian, some amethyst, and some black carpet. The sound when you walk over it is very enchanting. You get the squishes of, the skulk and the beautiful sound of amethyst. It's very fun. It's really cool. I added the blue trees from the nether around, and I think it looks really cool. This could be a really sick pathway to like a nether portal, because the nether portal is purple and the groundway is purple. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and play with color. It's fun. Or if purple and blue is not your color, red might be. This one is beautiful. This one would be super cool for like a Queen of Hearts garden, or if you live on like the Mushroom Island, that could be really sick. First of all, we have this beautiful red pathway. I've put some beautiful red mushrooms and flowers all around it to let you feel the vibe and really just to let you get a real sense of how magical this could be. This is super fun, and I think this one, honestly, I might like this red design a little bit better than the purple one. I love purple and blue. My hair is literally purple and blue, but this red is just so beautiful, especially in the contrast of the grass being green. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool. It could also be a great pathway to an enchanting table. That could be very fun. Some red nether bricks, the nether wart blocks, and some mangrove wood. And that's it, and it makes this really cool, it just makes a really cool design, and you can pattern this however you want. Alright everybody, that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for tips I could do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these pathway designs, and I hope you guys enjoyed these fencing, wall designs, all the designs. I hope you enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see you guys in another video. Make sure you check out this week's Mining Mysteries video. It's really good. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Goodbye!